recording. Do not use three-way or call waiting features during this call. Thank you for using Global Link.
Hey, good morning. Is this a good time?
Yes, sir. It's a good time. Good morning. Good morning.
Just checking in for any messages or questions to answer.
Okay. No, we do have questions, and let's see. Before we get into those, I just want to let you know I did send your private audio, just to Sunrise Planetarium. I was going to call them later today and follow up with a phone call. Also, I told Racer that you're looking for a one-page timeline. So he's aware of that, and he says he should be able to do that, but I haven't got it yet. So if you talk to him, you might want to remind him. I'm trying to think of anything else. I can't think of anything that's happened between now and last night, but let me get to the point. Let me find the place where I am in the questions real quick. Did you have a good night's sleep?
Yes, like a rock. It's amazing. It's one of the lousiest mattresses on planet Earth, and yet God has just been so good. It just lets me sleep solid, man.
Oh, good. Very good. All right, let's see here. You know, John Watson tried to come visit you. He's only 4 hours away, and he called the Santa Rosa County Jail, and they said they changed their policy, and even out-of-state visitors can't come see you. They have to come through the video. So,
well, yeah, if they come here, they get to talk on the video for free.
Oh, I see.
The video.
Oh, I didn't even realize he could use the video if he actually went there. I got you. Okay. I'll tell him that. I don't think maybe he doesn't know that.
It just saves the cost of the call. I mean, that's a lot of money. But
yeah, no, I got you. So he can still visit you. He'll just get to use the video system in the prison. They'll make him sit in another room or something, or.
Right.
Okay.
They sit out someplace and they wait in line, and if there's, I think they have 3 stations out there because there's like 15 dorms, you know. So there may be nobody in line. There may be 20 people in line.
Gotcha. Okay.
If there's nobody in line, you can go as long as you want.
Okay. No, I'm just bear with me just a little bit. I'm trying to. My email has been having a little bit of problem, and I was working on it just before you called, but I'm getting it back in shape again.
This call is from the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
All right. There was a video. It's where the IRS seizes $107,000 from like a small business owner. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. This occurred after the recent policy changes. I don't know if you care to hear it, but it's a very interesting. The Institute for Justice is discussing all of these cases where the IRS just comes in and takes people's money. I mean, for me, those are fighting words. You know, the guy's worked his whole life. He saved up a little over $100,000. It was his entire life savings. And the government just came in and took it because they claimed he was structuring. And do you want to hear the 2 minute and 20 second news article while I'm trying to get my mail together?
Yeah, if you want, I think we ought to have on the various websites links to hundreds of these articles. IRS is they're using my case as well. It's a cash cow. We can go seize anybody's money. Well,
you know, Pastor Hovind, what shocks me is the Institute for Justice will talk about this guy's case. They'll talk about other people's case, but it's like nobody wants to talk about your case. There is a few, like Joyce Riley, and you've been on InfoWars and the alternative media, you know, but it's like somebody needs to take your case and, like, you know, it's just amazing. It's like a media blackout, right? My wife's. But anyway, I don't know why the Institute for Justice, you know, doesn't pick up your case and run with it. But if you like, I think you should hear this. It's kind of interesting.
They told me that I was have been structuring deposits, and therefore they have seized all my assets. They seized. They told me.
This is a southern gentleman who's been running a mom and pop grocery store his whole life. That's who's talking.
They told me that I was have been structuring deposits, and therefore they had seized all my assets. They seized a little over $100,000 out of my business account here, which was all that was in there. Took 13 years to get it, and less than 13 seconds, I guess, to take it away.
Lyndon McLellan is a convenience store owner in rural North Carolina, and the latest in a string of small business owners targeted for civil forfeiture under the structuring laws. These laws were intended to apply to criminals seeking to evade bank reporting requirements, but they're increasingly applied to people whose only supposed offense is doing business in cash.
This is all I've ever done. I was raised in the store business. I'm here 12, 13 hours a day, 7 days a week. To make this kind of money, selling soft drinks, cigarettes, and hot dogs, somebody's got to work, okay? It wasn't just handed to us. It was taken from us, but it wasn't handed to us.
Civil forfeiture allowed the government to take Lyndon's money without convicting or even charging him with a crime. And now those same civil forfeiture laws mean Lyndon has to fight the government in order to get his money back.
Well, you know, I thought, well, do you quit now? Do you try to keep struggling and go on? And I chose to try to keep going and move forward with my business. It's hard to overcome this kind of loss in today's business world.
This wasn't supposed to happen. After similar cases came to light at the end of 2014, the government changed its policies to bar seizures in these kinds of cases. But federal officials in the field are not respecting the IRS policy change.
The IRS says this is wrong, and all I want is the government to follow the new rules in this case. Nobody's above the law, and not even the federal government. If they're wrong, they're wrong. And I feel like this is wrong. That's why I'm asking for help in trying to recover my money, and anybody else that's had this to happen to them needs to do the same thing. I mean, it's not right.
All right, that was 2-minute videos put out by Institute for Justice. Lyndon McLellan, they took $107,000. He'd run a grocery store. When I hear these stories, Pastor Hovind, it's like, you know, it's just shocking. I mean, what's going on with our government?
Well, you got to understand, Hitler financed his war machine by seizing funds from the Jews. Not only did he kill the Jews, he seized everything they had. It was a cash cow. Anybody that tried to leave the country, they had laws. You can only leave the country with a certain amount of money. So if you tried to bring jewels or diamonds or gold or anything out of it, they would simply seize it at the border. So they would seize artwork. I mean, it's well known what Hitler did. It's, you know, seizing valuable. He had warehouses full of valuable artwork and stuff. And the guy was a thief. And I think you need to, if you do it, ask people out there to search the newspapers in the last, since I came to trial even, in the last 8.5 years. Find all the articles like this, you know, about structuring, about the IRS seizing structured funds or video clips like that, and have them all up on the various websites that deal with my site, and just have a button that says other people who've been damaged by structuring laws. This is one of the dumbest laws Congress ever passed, and it's misapplied. It shouldn't even be used on drug dealers. And I hate drugs.
Yeah.
Okay? I've never taken them.
Right.
But I see what it does to people's lives. But to be able to say, okay, now you structured these funds, therefore we're seizing your money. This is off the charts, stupid, evil, wrong, and wicked. The law is wrong. The cop should refuse to enforce it. Say, this isn't right. It's time somebody with a brain stands up and says, what are we doing? You have handed these folks a club that you can beat anybody with.
Yeah.
They seized mine because it was $9,500. What if it would have been $9,000? How about $8,000? One of the withdrawals in our case was $8,000. And they asked Snyder on the witness stand, why didn't you count that one? And he said, I believe his words were, it wasn't egregious enough, or something like that.
How subjective can you get?
Does he Well, yeah, does he decide where the line is? I thought the line was 10,000.
Yeah.
Why did they drop it to 9?
This call is from the San Jose County Sheriff's Office.
Could they arbitrarily drop it to $10 and seize your $10?
Yeah. This is just crazy. I mean, I feel like I've woken up in a movie in the Twilight Zone. It doesn't make any sense at all that the government, there's no crime involved. There's no even an allegation of a crime involved. They just come and take your money because you withdrew a particular amount.
How come they haven't come here?
Yeah, my wife said, how come they haven't come here? Because I went and withdrew $9,999.99. I admit, Pastor Hovind, I'm not as advanced in my Christianity as some are, but if somebody comes and tries to take my money when there's no allegation of crime, I mean, those are fighting words. I mean, I don't understand why the whole country isn't rising up and saying, what is going on that we're allowing our government to take people's money? There's no allegation of a crime, and we're just going to destroy their entire livelihood. In your case, they put you in prison, and they took your stuff. It's like this world has just gone crazy, and what's shocking to me is you're not the only one this has happened to. It's happened to many, many others, and like you said, Hitler did this to the Jews. We got to stop this. I mean, this should be like front page news all over the country, and this structuring law has to be brought to the attention of the American public because I think it's being used to go after the political opposition of this administration.
Isn't there fines and penalties too?
Absolutely, yeah. Please make it global. I can't think of it. Our government does some dumb things once in a while. They pass some dumb laws like slavery, etc. But what on earth?
Yeah.
What on earth has happened, man?
Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
Okay.
Okay, Pastor Hovind, I'm trying to find some questions. I think we talked about the flying snakes of Malaysia, so we did talk about that.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
That was very interesting. I wasn't aware that